Welcome back, everyone, to round three of week two of Coalition League's Spring Split. We have a very exciting game ahead of us. 100 Weebs versus DoV Nightfall here. I am Random Minion Caster, and casting alongside me is Adrit Luna. Welcome, Luna.
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
Yep. So as we go into this game here, 100 Weebs is coming off a loss here. They've had one win, one loss, and the loss is against the top of the table MG Blaze here. So 100 Weebs is looking to end the night 2-1, where DoV Nightfall coming off two wins right now. 2-0 so far, looking to extend it to a 3-0 undefeated week, and drops have been completed. We're looking at them here. 100 Weebs have banned out Thresh, Mordekaiser, Syndra, Yasuo, and Set, while DoV Nightfall banning out the Rumble, Darius, Misfortune, Alawi, and Galio. 100 Weeps has picked up once again their Senna, paired with Ashe now, and Graves in the jungle, Silas mid, Ornn top. DoV Nightfall running with a Caitlyn, Swain bot lane, Jarvan in the jungle, Diana mid, and Maokai top. Luna, your thoughts on the picks and bans?
Hmm. So I'm very curious about the Ash pick for 100 Weebs. Uh, because I know that they like to run the fasting Senna, but Aurelia wasn't banned, and they have shown that Aurelia with Senna can be a very, very strong comp. Uh, I'm also kind of questioning the Graves pick, just because Hunter Weaves' jungler, he's been struggling a little bit tonight. So we'll see if he's able to pick back up. Uh, the Silas and Ornn picks are relatively nice. They're both strong, and Ornn will give their team the edge if they get to late game. As for bans for 100 Weaves, Thresh is a very good ban. Uh, I like them. I like all these bans, especially the Yasuo ban. Just not having to deal with that, it's going to be very nice. Pardon me. For Nightfall, taking away the Rumble from Puffin, very good choice. Like 10 out of 10 ban right there. Also preventing Ajax from getting the Darius, very good call. Or the Alawi, I see. Like they tossed a lot of bans towards Ajax, it seems. And then the MF ban is I'm uh I'm assuming that's why they opted to go with the fast and center route, was taking since the MF got taken away from Dilly. And then as for DOV's team comp, Caitlyn Swain, that can be devastating. Caitlyn traps will help proc Swain's passive. Uh and then I mean Swain E, he can just like we've seen in a previous game, I believe it was a comp of Swain Jinx, to where Swain will E and then pull into a Jinx Chomper. Same can be done with into a Caitlyn Trap. Uh, I like the pick for J4 because that the Cataclysm is going to be crucial in splitting up the team. So if Ornn goes for the Ornn Horn, he can disrupt their team fight. Same with the Maokai ult. And Diana, I questioned it last game, but Nightfall's Diana it's not to be questioned. I think it's very strong.
For sure, and we're now loading on to the Rift here. Um, yeah, as you were saying, like they have a strong team fight comp on the side of a DoV Nightfall here. And one thing to note, as you mentioned, it will not be a fasting Senna. It looks like it's going to be support Senna on Sharp Otter, Dewey on the Ashe on the side of 100 Weebs here. So we'll have to see how that bot lane works out, because we've actually not seen Sharp Otter play the Senna. It's been Dewey on the
30
fasting
seconds until
Senna
minions
at this
spawn.
point. And I'm very glad to see that Web Hippo has decided to stick with that Swain there, because his Swain support has had huge impact on the games. And I'm looking forward to seeing if they can continue to do that right now. One other thing to note that I failed to mention before was DoV and 100 Weebs are sitting at 4th and 3rd place respectively after week 1. So the winner of this match will move up, the winner of this match will be a 3rd place after this week. So a bit of a face-off here that both teams will definitely want to win. And it looks like I Am Bad Vibes has already started heading down to the bot side. Both junglers will be starting at their bot side. So blue buff for Gunth, red buff for I Am Bad Vibes, and 100 Weebs will have to watch out for a possible level 2 Jarvan gank here. J4 able to get the flag and drag at level 2 really early and gank either bot or mid if you choose to do so.
So I don't know how I feel about going Ashe with Senna, because Ashe doesn't have, I mean, she has her passive and her W, sure, for the slow, but she doesn't have any hard CC until she hits 6. And Senna pairs much better with others that have hard CC like Jinx, Caitlyn. If we're talking melee range, you go something like Pantheon, Thresh, Nautilus. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Right, and already we see the Nevermore already coming on Sharp Otter. The Ignite as well. A flash from Sharp Otter trying to keep him alive, but it will not matter. The Ignite will tick down and he will go down. Just as you're talking about hard CC, Web Hippo on his way, providing plenty of that. Lots of damage going down there.
Yeah, it was definitely a bit of a mispositioning there by Senna. Senna was a little too far up and just not respecting the range of the Never move.
Right, and as we do look, we see I Am Bad Vibes looking for a gank in the top lane, but so is Gunth. And mid lane, a fight breaking out between Puffin and Phantom X there. Puffin very low, but his sustain keeping him up. We see the flashes coming out of both mid laners there, but it'll be Phantom X going down after he pops the Ignite. Puffin able to survive and hold on to his Ignite there. So good solo kill inside of 100 Week. I Am Bad Vibes revisiting that top lane. Didn't get a gank off the first time, but will go the second time. Gunth for the counter gank. A flag and drag drags him in, but he's low on health. I Am Bad Vibes wanting this fight, going in for it. Will not be able to pick up either of them, but both Lord of Aces and Gunth will be low on health and have to be careful. I Am Bad Vibes still sticking around here, not quite content to let this rest yet. Will he finally walk away? It looks like he will, and he will get spotted out by the ward in the top there, so Lord of Aces will know that he's safe. Bot lane, a bit of a brawl breaking down. The root will come out onto Poison Lynch, but Dilly on Ashe, not much damage at this point. We'll put a little bit of poke, but we'll have to walk away as he eats a pilt over Peacemaker to the face.
Yeah, that's a tongue twister there.
Red Hippo has been landing that W very well. Vision of Empire has managed to get a couple of stacks on that. Getting some good poke there onto the bot lane. Dewey and Sharp Otter. Dewey low on health, and we'll have to watch out for that top lane. We see Ajax and Lord of Aces brawling away there. Dewey getting hit by another Nevermore. Will take a lot of damage. Flash and heal to keep him alive. Top lane Ajax, can he pick this up on Lord of Aces? Looks like he will not be able to, but we do see I Am Bad Vibes coming in. Will he dive the turret? Looks like he will not. So Lord of Aces will be able to survive that. He'll be able to base, and will have his teleport to get back into lane, so probably will not lose too much off the back here.
Both teams being very aggressive. It's gonna be a fun game to watch from what we can see so far.
Indeed, and now we see the bot lane here. Gunth has gone straight for that dragon. Ajax very low on health. We'll have to be careful. Lord of Aces came back full health here. Mid lane, Puffin fighting and keeping Lord of Aces occupied, but because of that, DoV Nightfall will be able to pick up the first Drake of the game, the Inferno Drake. Not the most influential Drake in the early game, but still 4% is 4%. Still nice to have. I Am Bad Vibes now coming up, looking for the gank. We see a flash from Ajax here, and the Twisted Advance will get Lord of Aces to safety, so that is a flash and teleport both burnt from Ajax mid lane. Phantom X gets his ult stolen by Puffin, and who hits level 6 before he does. will use the Moonfall there to kill Phantom X. The Ignite picking up the kill. That's another solo kill for Puffin. 2-0 in the mid lane.
Yeah, Puffin definitely doing his best to try to even out the gold, keeping it relatively low at just a mere deficit of 200.
Yeah, and Puffin definitely trying to make up for the bot lane, who's having a rough time here. We hear the Orn Horn being sounded out. The ultimate for Maokai used to stop the engage from Ajax, but will it be enough? No, it will not. Ajax will still be able to pick up the kill. Trying to pick up some minions as well, but will pay for that greed there. A flash, flag, and drag from Gunth will pick up the kill. 1-for-1 trade in the top lane.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if Gunth needed the flash there, because Ornn was low on mana, so he would not have been able to E out. But it's better safe than sorry if you don't have good vision at the time.
Definitely, and you mentioned in the pregame that I Am Bad Vibes has been having a bit of a rough night here on his junglers. He did pick the Graves, but he's still struggling to have impact on the game at this point. 0-0 and 0, 27 CS. He's fallen behind Gunth here significantly.
And with the lead that DoV has in the bot lane, that's what was able to give them the opportunity to have priority to get that dragon a couple of minutes ago.
Right now, the Herald is down. It looks like it will not be spawning yet for another 30 seconds. Should be coming up soon. We'll have to see if both teams want to go for it. Both junglers are on the top side of the map currently, so they are aware that it will be coming up soon, but the priorities in the lanes, mid lane and top lane, both 100 weeks of priority in both lanes there. So we'll have to see if Gunth will be able to sneak it or set up a favorable circumstance for him to secure it there. In the bot lane,
yeah.
Caitlyn is back in lane, and she does have a BF sword compared to just the longsword and the dagger there on the side of DoVN. So they will be able to continue their lane dominance in that lane, at least for the next little while here. I Am Bad Vibes looking to start up Herald there. They did see I Am Bad Vibes getting into there. They did get scuttled, but it looks like Gunth is choosing not to contest it. Go back to base instead. Bot lane, piece over Tilt over Peacemaker misses, but we see the flash from Web Hippo. Not sure what he was flashing there. A flash from Sharp Otter to keep DoVN alive, and the heal coming up from DoVN there as well to make sure he stays safe. Now C2's bot lane very, very low on health, but there is still the ultimate there on Swain, the Demonic Ascension that will make him significantly tankier than he might look right now. Still getting good poke off there, landing the Never Move onto Sharp Otter, but does he go on this? No, he does not. Instead, the 90 caliber net will take down DoVN. Sharp Otter trying to look for the kill. Demonic Ascension finally going down. Very patiently held by Sharp Otter. The exhaust goes down. Will keep Sharp Otter alive for a little longer, but the Never Move will pick that up. That is a 2-for-0 in the bot lane. Both kills going over to Web Hippo's Swain.
Yeah, that was definitely very questionable. Because DoVN was really low, so I'm not sure why he decided that they were still going to try to go in and chase the Caitlyn with Swain being up in their face like that at full health.
Yeah, and while we might not know what the player was thinking when they made that choice, we certainly do see the aftermath here, which I'm sure they will regret, with adding even more over to the side of C2. Caitlyn picking up an early Executioner's calling here. Interesting buy very early on as well to Kirsty's Shard. Top lane, Lord of Aces and Ajax going at it again. This time looks like the advantage is with Lord of Aces, and Ajax whiffs the second half of the Orn Horn. But it looks like Lord of Aces was zoned out there. So I guess you could call it mission accomplished with a zoning ultimate, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, back to the bot lane, I really like the call to get the early Executioner to help prevent any healing that Sin is going to be able to give early. This will make Swain's poke much more valuable, especially with how strong Swain is now, having the lost chapter.
And speaking of poke there, that little bit of poke looked more like an attempt to all in, but instead they will be able to turn it around with the help of I Am Bad Vibes. A good counter gank there. They do manage to pick up the kill onto the bot lane, so both will go down, and they drop the Herald, potentially managing to do a lot of damage to this bot lane, potentially even taking it down. But Gunt, meanwhile, was actually in the area, but had opted to go for the Ocean Drake instead, and will pick up second Drake of the game for C2 to counter the potential first turret for 100 Weebz.
Yeah, this is definitely, it's going to be close, but it definitely looks like it's going to be first turret for 100 Weebz. Third dragon of the game will be Cloud, so Cloud Soul will be on the table for DoV if they get 2 more dragons. Well, we'll have to see if 100 Weebz will start to prioritize dragons soon, or if they're going to keep going for the Rift wave.
Right, and with that play in the bot lane, 100 Weebz does finally get a lead in the overall gold scores. They're up about 1.8 thousand gold at this point here.
Yeah, it's definitely starting to look like it's going to be a back and forth game.
Yep, in the top lane, that is where we can definitely see the back and forth. Lord of Aces getting the Nature's Grasp down. Does not manage to pick up Ajax once again, but will force Ajax to base. Gunt is waiting in the wings, seeing if Ajax will stick around a little longer and if they can pick up a kill. And it looks like Ajax does cancel his back, but we see instead the roam coming out from Puffin in the mid lane here. He's looking to try and reinforce, but his spider senses are tingling. He suspects there might be something there and decides to back off instead.
Yeah, it's definitely a very wise call to make the disengage and just head back to lane and play it safe.
Early ace in the hole being put down onto Dewey in the bot lane. Poison Lynch putting down Poke, I suppose, with the ultimate there.
Yeah, that was kind of questionable. I guess maybe he's just wanting to try to get Dilly low and let Swain get the kills at this point. I'm not sure. It was I mean, in theory, it's a good play, but the execution there was questionable.
Yeah, buying and execution is called has not benefited their execution in lane at this point, but nevertheless, they are still dominating the lane here. They do not have a turret behind them, but they're pushed very far up. They do have ward vision to try and keep them safe. Little do they know, though, I Am Bad Vibes is top lane right now, completely on the other side of the map, looking to see if he can get anything on Lord of Aces, but Lord of Aces will be facing, will get stopped by Ajax, and now Lord of Aces caught in a bad position. I Am Bad Vibes coming in, the Ornhorn sounds, he gets it this time, the flash from Lord of Aces, but doesn't stop the Ornhorn from landing, and Gunt with the Cataclysm to keep Ajax out of the action. Ajax using the flash to get out of the Cataclysm, and they will manage to take down I Am Bad Vibes, and Ajax, the top jungle synergy for C2 looking stronger than top jungle synergy for 100 Weebz. And bot lane, a fight broke out as well. Sharp Order will have to use his flash to stay alive as they engage once more. Mid lane, a fight also fights across the map. Phantom X will have to flash out to safety there.
That was a very well-timed counter gank by Gunt in the top to help secure Lord Aces.
And an ace in the hole from Poison Lynch. This time will get the kill, not just a warning shot. Takes Sharp Otter out. 1-for-0 Puffin in the area, but the bot lane of C2 wisely backing out after that one.
Oh man, I didn't know it was Otter season. Rip.
Yep, it looks like Otter season has been declared. He's 0-3 at this point. Dewey 2-1. So not all hope is lost for the 100 Weebz bot lane. Meanwhile, if we take a quick look at the side of C2, they put their kills on the support on Swain 3-1, while Caitlyn is 1-1 right now in lane. She is still up about 500 gold from her counterpart. Same with the Swain onto the Senna. Mid lane, Puffin doing a great job, up about 1,000 gold there in the mid lane. Primarily his own doing there. Very few jungle ganks being thrown to the mid lane. In the jungle side, I Am Bad Vibes, Graves has fallen behind a little bit here, down 2 levels and about 400 gold. So not down a lot of gold, but down a lot of CS. And in the top lane, Lord of Aces also up 2 levels. But even as we say this, 100 Weebz does manage to secure the Herald for themselves there, which they put onto I Am Bad Vibes.
Yeah, it was a very good call to go ahead and make the top bot swap, just to help secure that Rift Herald. but they are potentially giving up the third dragon of the game, which could be very crucial.
Third dragon and the third horn kill of the game going over to Web Hippo there, getting the last hit. He's now 4-1, carrying half the team's kills there. That lane swap completely just sacrificed Ajax. They already were struggling 2v2 against the Swain Caitlyn bot lane, sending Ornn by himself. It just makes it that much harder for them to stay alive. And as you said, they will be sacking the third dragon of the game. Cloud Drake, a good trade here into the mid lane. They drop Herald mid to pick up the mid lane turret. So that is 2 turrets over the 100 Weebz now. But they do have to be careful. They are getting flanked here. The Empire's vision from Swain. A flash, Nevermore onto Otter. Otter going down. Otter is begun, but a beautiful moonfall from Puffin will reverse that fight. They will manage to pick up 3 kills on the back there. Puffin himself will go down. So that is a 3-for-3 trade. Lord of Aces opting not to go mid lane. He's going to continue pushing that top lane and leave Caitlyn alone to clear the mid wave there and keep it safe.
So while it was a 3-for-3, I feel like DoV comes out on top in that fight, getting shutdown gold on off of Puffin there.
Yeah, they get the shutdown gold. They do manage to even up the turret trade there. 1-for-1 turret trade, so 100 Weebs up only 1 turret now. And they also do secure the third Drake, which was a Cloud Drake. So they will get a nice 10% reduction on the ultimates of their team here. And they are also at soul point, so next Drake will potentially be a Cloud Soul for the side of C2.
And in that case, the one that benefits the most from that is definitely going to be the Swain, because he can pop his ult and then he'll get the massive move speed buff to just stay in the middle of 100 Weebs and put out massive amounts of damage.
Right, you are, and they will have even more troubles there, not to mention all the AoE ultimates coming out on the side of C2. You've got Nature's Grasp on Maokai, you've got the Cataclysm on Jarvan, and you've got the Moonfall coming out of Diana. If they can get into the middle of the team, that would be a ton of burst across the entire team if they can get themselves into the right position there. And we have to say, you know, Puffin's been doing a lot of work for his team there, keeping them into the game. The goal difference only 1.3 in favor of C2, which is not too bad here for 100 Weebs at this point. They go out for blood. Sharp Otter hunting season, you called it. He shows up and he goes down. Phantom's X picking up the kill there. He's 0-5 right now. Almost half the team's deaths at this point in the game. Otter needs to be positioned more carefully. And now Puffin here getting caught up by Web Hippo, and they will burst him down. What was Puffin thinking?
I'm not sure there. DoV, they have a lot of well-placed vision. So I can understand why Otter was trying to maybe get some vision on the bot side of the map. But at the same time, the next objective is going to be Baron in a minute. So I'm kind of wondering why he's even trying to get vision there when it would be more beneficial to be around Baron.
Definitely. And for that questionable play, he paid with his life and Puffin's. Puffin will be back up shortly, and it looks like C2 won't be able to DoV won't be able to get much damage here onto the mid lane card. The Ornhorn sounds, they do catch Phantom X, a beautiful enchanted crystal arrow. The Senna out coming out, but they don't have enough damage to finish Phantom X, who will flash to safety there. Flash from Dory and a heal trying to get the volley and pick up the kill, but Phantom X now sitting in the bush. Web Hippo now catching Dory. The Nevermore lands, the damage comes out, and he will soul them out. Ornn getting caught out now, and they will be able to pick the kill up there. Puffin will shut down Web Hippo, but now he has to be careful. Will also pick up Poison Lynch. Can he pick up one more? No, he cannot. And Gunt will instead kill Silas. So that is a 3-for-2 here on the side of DoV.
And they're still really heavy, really healthy. They might be able to get 2 turrets out of this push.
Sharp Otter sticking around maybe a bit longer than he should have. Gunt going in, but will get exhausted. Will get rooted under turret, and Sharp Otter will be able to shut down Gunt. Sharp Otter is back in the game with that shutdown, and it's actually worth gold again. Otter hunting season is once more open.
Well, hopefully this time he can definitely position better, and we'll be able to stay alive for the rest of the game.
And amidst all of that, I Am Bad vibes will take the top lane turret there, tier 1 turret to even up the turret score. 3 turrets apiece for either team. Drag is coming up in 30 seconds. This will be Soul Drake for DoV if they can get it here. Cloud Drake, Ajax now trying to set some vision, but he is alone without the rest of his team. Both teams now headed towards the dragon.
Ajax unfortunately being very far behind in comparison to the Maokai, being 2 levels down, or now just 1 level down, having gotten a level up off of the minions in mid lane.
And 100 Weebz might have to check into this blind. There is a ton of vision there. They will manage to clear out one of the pink wards here. But they still don't have a lot of vision, and it does look like DoV has already started up the dragon. Gun tanking while Poison doing the damage, but Puffin, a good flank from the side, will be able to force him off of it. Web Hippo, however, onto I Am Bad Vibes. I Am Bad Vibes going down to Web Hippo in the 1v1. Phantom X here not able to get the ideal moonfall off. Poison Lynch will secure drag, even though there are no junglers in the area. Now we see Lord of Aces and Puffin going at it 1v1. Puffin looks like he's getting the short end of the stick there. Web Hippo getting the damage down. Gun going in to keep the rest of 100 Weebz off the back. Will out in and will pay with his life there. So ultimately a 1-for-2 trade going the way of 100 Weebz, but they will lose Soul Drake over to DoV.
Yeah, so while 100 Weebz was able to get those 2 kills, I feel like losing that soul point is going to be devastating for them. I really feel like DoV comes out on top in that fight.
Yeah, as you mentioned, DoV will have huge advantages by having that movement speed after out there. And they won the fight, but that was a very poorly executed fight on the side of DoV. Diana not getting her moonfall off in the appropriate place was absolutely detrimental. Their attention was very, very split, and Puffin getting an excellent flank off. Right now, I think the 2 players we need to watch from the 2 teams here. Puffin on the side of 100 Weebz carrying the bulk of their gold. He has been getting some very good plays, and we'll have to watch him to see if he can continue carrying his team here. And on the side of DoV, it's their support player, Web Hippo on Swain. 7, 3, and 6 here, doing huge work in all the fights thus far. We'll have to see if there's any way for them to contain the Swain. So Luna, what do you think 100 Weebz has got to do here to either to sort of get ahead in the game?
They definitely need to stop picking fights that they don't need, and when they can, which at this point it's going to be very difficult, try to get Baron, because as we've seen in other games this evening, Baron has been detrimental to winning games.
And it looks like DoV started up Drake. Not sure what they're doing there. Lord of Aces trying to tank up 5 people on his own, but instead it looks like 100 Weebz will pay the price as Phantom X manages to get both Puffin and Dewey. I Am Bad Vibes will be able to pick Phantom X up on the back end of that there. A very awkward and questionable Baron call, but looks like they might go right back to it. Gunt willing to possibly tank it up with Poison Lynch for damage and Web Hippo, but Poison Lynch wants that blue buff more than he wants the Baron.
Yeah, well, fortunately Web Hippo is so healthy and has a lot of health himself that he would be able to tank if need be.
And Ajax in the side there, trying to get some vision down, potentially stalling this Baron. We see the teleport coming down from Lord of Aces. Gun very, very low from tanking up that turret. Looks like they will have to abandon the Baron attempt there. Again, questionable Baron calls. DoV not very confident around their Baron player, but I Am Bad Vibes getting caught out, getting rooted, and will go down to Lord of Aces there.
So on the first Baron call, I think it was a good call. I just think that Lord of Aces overextended.
And Puffin jumping into the backline. Can he get anything? No, he cannot. He goes down, hits a trap on the way in. Gunt's now the one to go down to Ajax. Was too low to really be engaging the backline the way he did. Poison Lynch will also pick up Otter on the side in the midst of all of that. So that is a 1-for-3 trade. Bad Vibes having gone down earlier, and they will finally get that Baron they've been eyeing for the last one.
And potentially with this Baron, this could be the in-game push, already having Dragon Soul.
Definitely. If this game goes the way the other games of the evening have been going, this Baron will probably enable DoV to end the game here. That means they'll have all their players respawn by the time DoV will get a push off. So we will have to see if 100 Weebz will be able to pull something off in their base defense here.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see if they can do so. Unfortunately, with as much damage and as tanky as Swain is, it's like they have to kill him because he's their damage. But at the same time, they can't. So what are your options?
And it does look like DoV's picked up an Executioner's Calling to give them at least some of those options, potentially cutting the healing from the demonic ascension of Swain that's been making him so tanky in these fights. But Swain does have a Zhonya's Hourglass at this point as well. So if you thought he was hard to kill before, good luck now.
And he's also working towards Leandri's having the honking guys to give him even more damage the longer he stays in a fight.
Definitely, and we do see a 1-3-1 push coming out of DoV here. They've sent Maokai to the top lane, Diana to the bot lane, and meanwhile the core, Gunth, Web Hippo, Poison Lynch holding the mid lane here. And it seems to be effective. 100 Weebz having to send all 5 just to try and stop this push here. One thing to note, Elder will be coming out in about 40 seconds here. They will still have Barret buff on DoV for this, but the Orn Horde is being sounded. The knockup comes in. Swain in the front line. Demonic Ascension, can he? Zhonya's in time. No, he cannot. He will get shut down before he can even get the Zhonya's off. But Dewey will get dove and will go down to Phantom X. Now Silas Puffin in the backline taking down Poison Lynch. Can Gunth get anything here? No, but Diana can. Phantom X picking up Puffin on the back line. Lord of Aces doesn't have his teleport and looks like he's deciding that he will not participate in this. It's too late anyways. That's a 3 for 2. And we see 100 Weebz potentially going for Elder, trading that for the top lane inhibitor, turret, and inhibitor. Phantom X now flanking on the side, seeing if he can stall out the Baron take here. Keeping in mind, I Am Bad Vibes is still up. Will have Smite potentially available. The timer there, 15 seconds looks like before he has that. Dewey now trying to stop Lord of Aces from taking the Nexus turrets, but will not be able to stop one of the Nexus turrets going down. Lord of Aces turning around, going on Dewey, but will not be able to kill Elder. Finally going down to the side of 100 Weebz. Will have it on all the team there. Phantom X getting caught out, will get executed by the Elder buff there, going over to Sharp Otter.
Yeah, it was it definitely
And things aren't done yet. Web Hippo potentially getting caught out. Will have the Demonic Ascension. Will get the Zhonya's this time. Can they kill him? Ajax taking a lot of damage, but Poison Lynch has arrived and doing the damage. Can he pick up anyone? No, he cannot, but he can keep Web Hippo safe. So no foul there, no one dying in that fight.
So while Hunter is able to secure Elder Dragon away, I'm not sure if it's going to be enough, because it took so much for Ashe to even try to hold off the Maokai, and Maokai was able to get one of the Nexus turrets. One more strong push and it will be game.
Indeed, one more strong push. All DoV needs. They have cracked the inhibitor in the top lane, but they do have to be wary of the Elder buff here on 100 Weebz. 100 Weebz still playing rather defensively here, just content to push out wards. You see I Am Bad Vibes now hit it to the top lane to stop the super minions there. The rest of the team grouping up mid. One thing to note, I Am Bad Vibes does not have teleport, so that is a 4-man push into what looks like 4 people mid here. Diana, Phantom X and Diana split pushing bot lane right now, and 100 Weebz is fully aware of that. So they will just back off after sending that wave into the turret.
And just before that, we saw Ornn giving Puffin his Luden's Pulse there, making him an even bigger threat than what he already is.
Definitely, and Enchanted Crystal Arrow goes out, lands on Gunth, not the target they were looking for, but the Nevermore lands onto Puffin. Puffin goes down before he can do anything. The TP now coming out from Ornn. Ornn has arrived. The Ornn Horn being sounded, but he looks like he's not in position to send the Ornn Horn anywhere. Has the Zhonya's to keep himself safe, but that will not be enough, and he too will go down. That is a 3-for-0. Dilly going down in the back line there. Web Hippo managing to zone off 3 people on his own. Did not even have to use his Zhonya's there. And now it's a 5-man push straight down mid. That one hard last push you were talking about looks like it's about to happen right here.
Yeah, Web Hippo definitely showing
Oh, and Lord of Ace is just diving that turret. He doesn't give a damn. Will catch Sharp Otter, and that kill will go over to Poison Lynch.
Yeah, Web Hippo definitely showcasing his swing here tonight, folks. This man's swing is very impressive.
And teams playing DoV going forward will have to look at the Swain ban. 100 Weebz is coming up. Everybody except for Otter will be up in the next couple of seconds. So DoV not choosing to push into the Nexus, choosing to close this out clean. Instead, heads to the bot lane. Tier 2 turret, the last turret outside 100 Weebz base standing.
Definitely a safer call since Ruin was coming back up and Baron buff had worn off.
Yeah, and DoV looks like they will just base and reset, wanting to play this safe and buy the book rather than just trying to push early. Baron has spawned here, and we'll have to see if DoV decides to go to that Baron. Baron has been important in almost all the games tonight, and it looks like DoV wants to continue that trend. They're looking at the Baron there. 100 Weebz seems to be aware of it. We do see Puffin heading up that direction. We'll see Phantom X there alone right now, but they can't leave their base. They've got 2 inhibitors down. Supers pushing in the top lane. Sharp Otter and I Am Bad Vibes just finished clearing that up. Will be heading out, seeing what they can get here. Potentially one last 5v5 near Baron.
Potentially, yes. And Swain's definitely looking like he's in a good position to hit a flank and just hold people off, just like the last fight.
Yeah, and he does land the Nevermore onto I Am Bad Vibes. The Ornn Horn has been sounded. The Demonic Ascension has begun. They do find the catch into the backline on Poison Lynch, but a flash and a heal will keep him safe. Silas desperately trying to get him, will instead be taken down. Puffin going down instead. Diana managing to find I Am Bad Vibes. There's a jungler down for 100 Weebz. They will not be able to contest this Baron. And they also find Dilly once more. Ajax going down. Last person alive is Sharp Otter, but can he get anywhere? No, he cannot. A twisted advance will twist him right off the face of this map. And now DoV pushing in. They have their ace. They have their super minions. They have their game here. 33 minutes, potentially 33 plus, almost 34 minutes. DoV will take the game of the last game of the night for themselves. 3-0 here. Clean sweep for the week. Congratulations, DoV.
Yeah, it was very well played. This time in that last fight, Swain was able to get the Zhonya's Hourglass to go off. So he was able to get back up into a healthy standing and stay in the fight. And it just, the amount of damage that the Swain was able to put out, it really helped capitalize for them. Very well played.
Yeah, that tanky front line, Maokai and Swain just constantly healing back up. The healing cut from Dilly not enough to turn the tides there. And Puffin not able to dive that backline effectively. Couldn't find Poison Lynch quickly enough to turn the tides of that fight, while the only tank, Ajax, on the side of 100 Weebz, not able to unfortunately peel for his carries well enough. Immobile ADCs, Ashe and Senna, you know, if they get found, they are done. And Phantom X can just freely dive. There's not much an Ornn can do to stop a Diana trying to dive his backline. And I Am Bad Vibes went down really early there. The short range of Graves and the lack of tankiness was really not good for I Am Bad Vibes there. And I must say, 100 Weebz going 1 and 2 here. I Am Bad Vibes not having the best showing in this week. We'll have to see how, or whether or not he can fix that going into the next week here. And with that, we close out the end of week 2 here. Round 3 being done for both 100 Weebz and DoV. And like I said, 1-2 for 100 Weebz. DoV 3-0 clean sweep. That will put DoV number 3 in the standings, while 100 Weebz will drop to 4th in the standings. We'll have to see how it goes for them next week, and if they can potentially climb up higher in the standings. And so with that, on behalf of Luna and myself, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week.